¿Cómo están? Sean ustedes bienvenidos a SesioneS. Mi nombre es Alejandro Franco y les quiero dar la bienvenida a este programa que es muy especial y que además va a estar muy ponqueto y muy rockero. Hay una escena muy importante en Estados Unidos, que es la escena de Brooklyn, en Nueva York, que nos ha dado a muchas bandas, sobre todo en esta última década. Y justo una de esas bandas es la que les voy a presentar el día de hoy. Una banda que se conformó en 2007, que es de 3 chicas y que son realmente, y cuando digo realmente, créanme, es así, indies, independientes, por decirlo de una manera mucho más explícita. Así es que ya se van a enterar al ratito que platiquemos con ellas de todos los detalles, pero mientras tanto les doy la bienvenida de nueva cuenta y los dejo con Vivían Girls.
It's over now, but it might not be for long. It's been such a waste of time. They've got so long. Say they've washed their face. It's cut us out. It feels so restless, alone. And it gets so bored that I wanna go out. And I didn't want no lonely night. Get home at twilight. What do I care? You're just a waste of my time. No more sleeping for the one I used to adore. And lay my head on the floor. I just can't help but want you more. I know the threats won't
Le quiero dar la bienvenida a Vivían Girls. Welcome, girls. This way, please. Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
Good. Nice
Welcome
to
to
meet
the
you.
show. Please take a seat. So, how are you?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, you're touring right now everywhere. I saw you that you will play in Japan, in the UK. I mean, in Latin America, you play in Puerto Rico, also in Mexico. How is this for you, girls? I mean, being in a small indie band in Brooklyn and then suddenly touring the world.
We always thought about going on tour, thought it would be really fun, but we never thought that we'd get to go to Mexico. So that's really cool for us.
What about Japan? How's the thing in Japan with Vivían Girls?
Oh, it was crazy. Really amazing experience. We can't wait to go back one day.
I'm asking this because right now the indie thing, I mean, in this decade, it was really big and really successful, but actually being an indie band is not that easy, I think. So I want to know from you, in which moment did you realize that you were being successful in your own place and then suddenly in a lot of magazines, websites, Pitchfork and all the stuff?
I think the moment was when our first album sold out. It was on a very small record label called Modeled by Tigers, and they only pressed 500 copies, and it sold out in 10 days. And I think that's kind of when we realized that we were going places, so to speak.
That's good for any band, not only indie band. I mean, it's huge. 10 days. Were
Yeah,
you
nobody's even
expecting
heard of us.
that? Yeah. So, how do you see the music scene right now, the music industry?
I think that right now it has a lot to do with touring more than, record sales. So I think that actually going out, touring the world and playing shows for everybody is the way that you get exposure and fans and, doing well.
The money is there.
In touring, yeah.
Yeah, in touring. But do you have a second album right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me something about it, about the process doing this new album. Do you feel any pressure from the successful first one?
I guess so. I mean, we recorded the second album not very long after we recorded the first one. It was only a year later that we recorded it. We just had a lot of songs, and we figured we might as well make another album. And we recorded it in California at the studio called The Distillery, which is a great studio, highly recommended. And we were there for over a week. It was really fun. I'm really proud of the album. I like it a lot.
How do you record, in one take all together, or do you do a mix track and then Pro Tools and all the stuff?
Well, for that album, what we did was we did one track that playing live with guitar, bass, and drums. And then later we did overdubs for vocals, guitar solos, stuff like that. But for our next album, we're probably going to switch up the recording process.
There's definitely no Pro Tools involved.
Yeah,
the second
no.
album.
I like that.
The second album was entirely analog.
Yeah.
Okay, and then how's the process? I mean, do you play your songs first with an audience and then go to the recording studio, or first the studio and then you try the songs with in a gig?
For our second album, it was about half and half.
Mm-hmm.
For our first album, we were playing all the songs first, except for maybe one or two of them. But it just depends on when we wrote the song. We wrote a few of the songs on the second album only a week before we went into the studio. So we never played those live until after we recorded. But there were a lot of songs on the second album that we've been playing live for a year.
Okay. Well, let me go to a commercial cut and we'll be right back. Vivían Girls están aquí en la casa de sesiones. Vamos a un corte y regresamos con más. Ya regreso con Vivían Girls. Thanks a lot for being here on the show. Have you ever been in a show like this?
No.
No? How do you feel?
This is the first.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. It's awesome to have you here,
Thank
girls.
you.
You're from Jersey and also from Brooklyn? How is the thing?
Well, we're all originally from New Jersey, but
Okay.
we are located in Brooklyn now.
Because right now I think the Brooklyn scene is very important to the States and particular to the New York scene. What's going on right now in Brooklyn? Why are we hearing all this kind of music from there?
I think New York City in general has always been a really great place for music, from punk and hip hop to no wave in the '80s. Madonna's from New York, which is amazing, and then in the early 2000s, it had a lot of really good post-punk, new wave type bands. So I think that right now it's just. There's a lot of good rock and roll coming out of New York, but there's also a lot of other music coming out of New York too.
Which bands, for example, are you hearing right now from the Brooklyn scene?
The Beats are really good. Woods.
Yeah, Woods is a good one. Crystal Stilts.
And what about your influences? I mean, you have a lot of, I imagine, a lot of sounds involved in your own sound, but which could be a good influence for Vivían girls?
Our two big influences right now are Patience and Prudence, singing sisters from the 50s, and Crazy Horse,
Okay.
Neil Young's backing band.
Okay. Are you planning to do this for a long time? Or you are just trying to see what happens in the
We're in it
next
to win
months?
it.
We're in it to win it. That's a good way to put it.
Is it difficult, I mean, to be everywhere and not being home and, I don't know, all the time taking planes and all the stuff?
It's difficult sometimes, but it's totally worth it. It's amazing. I don't know.
I think it also helps us cherish the moments we have at home more. The fact,
Yeah.
we don't take it for granted when we're home. We really go all out and hang out with everyone.
But do you always travel only Vivían girls without anyone else? I mean, right now in this tour or in this visit, you come by your own. So do you always travel like that?
Well, we've never had a crew. We've only ever had our friend tour managing us for
Okay.
a while. But for the past, since, I don't know. Past
So
few-
you are really, 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 really indie.
Yeah.
We're pretty DIY.
Super indie.
We're all alone out here.
Yeah. We like it. We like to do stuff for ourselves that, gives us a sense of worth.
But traveling that way, I mean, three girls traveling all around the world, I mean, it must be fun.
Yeah.
It is fun. It's like a slumber party every night.
Yeah.
Is it difficult between you girls sometimes?
When we're PMSing.
For the most
For
part,
sure.
no. We're kind of like sisterly, so,
But who's the boss? I mean, like the mini manager in the tour.
probably Katy.
Katie's the tour manager figure.
Okay.
She's the one that
She's
says, "Okay,
responsible.
we're late, girls. We
Yeah.
have to
Yeah.
go right now."
She's the one that tells me and Cassie not to drink.
Okay.
There's been some mishaps, but
It all works out in the end.
no dead bodies.
Yet.
Fortunately, yet. Girls, thanks a lot for being here on the
Thank
show.
you.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it, and we want to hear more of your stuff.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Vivían Girls aquí en Sesiones.
I had a really hard time walking down the street, knowing you wouldn't walk next to me. And after all this time to get you out of my head,
Bueno, estamos llegando ya al final del programa del día de hoy. Les quiero agradecer mucho que nos hayan acompañado y que le hayan prestado atención a este show muy especial para nosotros. Todos los shows son especiales, pero siempre está bueno ir descubriendo nuevas bandas, nuevas propuestas y pues ir de la mano juntos escuchando nuevos sonidos y también viéndolos, que de eso se trata este programa. Si quieren encontrar discos de las Vivían Girls, bueno, el primer disco es homónimo, es del 2008 y el otro se llama Everything Goes Wrong y es del 2009. Entonces lo pueden encontrar, se los recomiendo mucho, se la van a pasar muy bien así como nos la pasamos el día de hoy. Mi nombre es Alejandro Franco, le agradezco a todos los que hacen posible este programa y los dejo de nueva cuenta con Vivían Girls.